Hey YouTube, Pirate King Codex here. Welcome to my review of One Piece Chapter 1059, The Matter Involving Captain Koby. This is a full spoiler review, so I'll be going over the entire chapter. Now let's get started. The chapter starts out with Marco departing from the Red Hair Pirates. He declines their invitation to join the crew. It looks like Marco is deciding to settle in Whitebeard's hometown of Sphinx. Then we get a quick flashback with a conversation between Luffy and Yamato. Yamato explains his decision to stay behind on Wano after the attack by Ryokugyu, and seeing that Wano would not be safe, it wasn't for the presence of Red Hair Shanks to hold them off and scare off Ryokugyu. We don't know what would have happened, and with Kaido now being gone, Wano will be defenseless if there's another attack. The scene does feel a little bit out of place. It feels like we maybe should have had this scene maybe about a chapter or two ago, but it is good to get official confirmation on the reasoning behind Yamato staying behind in Wano. It's better that we did get this explanation after, the fans basically did expect this to be the reasoning, but it's good to get that confirmation. We also get an exchange between Marco and Luffy. It's a brief scene, but it's pretty heartfelt, and we get to see that Luffy does thank Marco for saving his life back in Marineford. Now we move on to the heart of the chapter, where we see Amazon Lily is partially destroyed. We do get a flashback here that shows what happened weeks earlier. The Navy is launching an attack on Boa Hancock and the Kuja pirates after they're not surrendering. This attack is being spearheaded by the new versions of the Pacifista called the Seraphim. The Navy appears to have gotten their hands on the Warlord's DNA, along with Lunarian DNA, in order to create the Seraphim, which appears to be a fusion of Lunarians and younger versions of the Warlords. The Seraphim launches a beam attack that causes a lot of destruction here. As if this isn't crazy enough, Blackbeard shows up and joins the fray. He reveals his plan to acquire Boa Hancock's Love Love fruit. As if having two of the most powerful Devil fruits wasn't enough already, he has his eyes set on another one. Koby is here as well and tries to de-escalate the situation with the Kuja pirates, but they do not stand down. Blackbeard suddenly notices another Seraphim shows up, and this one takes on the appearance of a younger version of Mihawk. He also has Lunarian DNA, but Blackbeard does note he also has black wings, which could indicate that he has DNA from King. We see the Seraphim's attack, and it cleaves Amazon Lily, as we saw earlier in the chapter, and we can see what caused the island to split like this. So we can see a large section of the island is now missing. Blackbeard manages to fend off the Seraphim momentarily while Hancock is taking on the Navy and turns them to stone. Koby notices the soldiers turn to stone and calls off the Seraphim in order to not endanger their lives with the Seraphim's attacks. Blackbeard does manage to get his hands on Hancock here, but she does not stand down. She explains that even if she is killed and her devil fruit is taken, the people that have been turned to stone, including Blackbeard's own crew, will not turn back. Blackbeard doesn't trust Hancock and fears that he'll be turned to stone if he just lets her go, so he sees the only option is to kill her. Luckily, Rayleigh shows up here just in time to end the stalemate. All parties involved decide to leave and end the confrontation. Later, we see Rayleigh chatting with Boa Hancock, Granny Neon, and Shaki, who is just casually revealed to be one of the former empresses of Amazon Lily. Rayleigh admits that at his age, he doesn't think he could have held off Blackbeard, but fortunately, because of the situation, they were able to resolve this. They note here that the Seraphim that attacked earlier looked exactly like Boa Hancock as a child. And then the chapter ends, revealing that Koby has been kidnapped by the Blackbeard pirates. So this chapter was pretty insane. We didn't get a lot of development with the Straw Hats or where they're going, but it was nice to get some closure on the Yamato situation, and it was nice to have that little scene with Marco. That's something that the fans have also been pointing out was something that should have happened. We now see the Navy implementing new versions of the Pacifistas called Seraphim. They are child versions of the Warlords, supposedly mixed in with Lunarian DNA. They may end up being more compliant, so this may work out better in the Navy's favor. Koby has been making a name for himself, but has now been kidnapped by the Blackbeard pirates. Koby may end up playing a pivotal role in reforming the Navy in the future, so we'll kind of see if this pays off, but we'll have to have Koby be saved at some point. Blackbeard is acquiring additional devil fruits. We don't know how he was able to obtain more than one. This is something I've been curious about since Marineford, so hopefully this is something that we'll get answers to. Overall, this was a great chapter, despite some of the pacing issues I mentioned earlier. But I do think that some of these scenes were important to happen, and they were able to tie up some of the loose ends. I was hoping to get more details of the Sabo and Vivi plot, but it seems that Oda's moving around some chess pieces and is setting the stage for the end of the series. But I'm really looking forward to the next chapter, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Alright, that's going to do it for this week. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and leave your comments in the section below with your feedback. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to bring along all of your hopes and dreams, and I'll see you in the next video.